Hey, what's going on there, folks? Welcome back here to another update. How's everyone doing on this fine Monday? It is March 4th, 2024, about 12:19 p.m. here, California time. Latest activity, looks like some movement there in California. Also, let's see what else we got here on the globe. A low activity in Puerto Rico area. Still seeing a considerable swarm out there around the Greece area today. Over the last couple days, been watching a pretty decent swarm. It looks like some of the magnitudes are getting larger out there as well, just off the coast here of Greece. USGS reporting a 4-pointer here earlier this morning, just like about an hour or so ago, 4.2, and some other activity here around Turkey. Things look to be picking up here across this plate boundary within the Ionian Sea. The map here from the EMSC model shows the swarm that's taken place. Let me zoom in here and show you guys. A considerable swarm, pretty decent. Really haven't seen any, main quake, so to speak here. Just a whole bunch of 3s and 4s. This is the last 24 hours there in that same region, and last hour still shows, some decent activity taking place. But literally got to go back here to the last 2 days and see all that movement that's kicking up here around the Ionian Sea. So, definitely keep an eye on it. I think things are maybe leading up to a bigger quake within the region here. I really can't specifically pinpoint exactly where this may take place, but with all this earthquake activity stirred up here today and over the last couple days, I wouldn't put it past it to see some larger movement here soon. Over here around the China area, looks like it's on that side of the border. A couple of smaller quakes there, including a 5.3 up north from last night. Things shaking a little bit out there. New Zealand, not really seeing too much here on the map. Let me check the globe, see what else is going on down there in New Zealand. 3.3 recent earthquake, and we're getting some deeper movement quakes once again up into the Fiji Islands area with that 4.6 coming in there, fairly deep into the subduction zone. Almost 600 kilometers deep to be exact, 578 for that 4.6. Over here across the west coast area, really not seeing anything major going on here today. A handful of smaller quakes up and down the plate boundary. A look at the 2.5 map and above. Well, that's about it. Not a whole lot here to report. Most of this here from yesterday in terms of 2.5 and above. So aside from that, just general microquake activity stirring up out there today. Rest of the country, well, very minimal movement. One earthquake outside of Eugene, it looks like here, in the Cascade Mountain Range. Yellowstone having a little bit of earthquake activity there, it looks like. So let's go check it out on the map. The Yellowstone seismograph stations. Come on, see if it's going to work. Unless they are offline. There they go. Can you guys spot the earthquake activity? I can right off the bat here. Looks like it's going to be this movement. Handful of smaller quakes here in the red lines, indicating that recent earthquake activity. Nothing big coming in. Just some general microquake activity here, and as noted on the USGS map. So very small quakes. Across the rest of the states here, getting some movement out in Texas, of course. It's kind of been a general thing here recently. In South America, looks like it is stirring up as well. Far as the rest of the globe goes, the Atlantic Ocean, a little bit of movement out here off the plate boundary from that divergent zone. Let's give a quick glance here at Iceland. See if anything else is going on there. I know it's calmed down here in the last day or so. Today, no different. Looks like things are mellowing out there with only 7 earthquakes being reported there in the last, that's the last 6 hours. Let's see what we got for the last 12, about 25 or so. But really, the area of interest is going to be down here across the Grindavik area, Hagafell, Slingerfell region, and there's just not a whole lot going on there today. So just taking a temporary pause, it looks like, out there across the Iceland area in terms of volcanic activity. Pretty much flatlined here, though, on the solar flare department chart. Couple sunspots out here, but really not a whole lot of complex ones. They're very minimal at best here. I'm not really seeing anything of noteworthy opportunity here for some strong flaring. In fact, things are very low in terms of that potential. 85% chance for a C flare, M flare at 25, and X flare 1% chance or less. Really not a whole lot of auroras here in the forecast unless we get some surprise auroras similar to what we've seen here Not last night, but the night before. Seen a KP index shooting up there around 5 or 6. A G2 class storm coming in out of the blue. Really wasn't expecting that. That really wasn't even forecasted. So, but since then, things are kind of tapered off here and quite quiet. As far as the Storm Prediction Center goes here, got a pretty broad area of general thunderstorm activity with a little marginal risk here for some severe weather. It looks like a 2% chance there in the green for tornado activity. Wind and a little bit of hail in there as well. It looks to be the concern as well today. So we'll continue to watch that and see how that goes out here along the west coast. Got that low pressure kind of lingering around. It's going to loop off the west coast here, bring Southern California a little bit of precipitation. After that, some weak storm systems coming in. Looks like maybe a decent one here as we head into early next week. You can see that west coast there, getting a little bit of precipitation there, some snow in the mountains once again. And after that, well, maybe some more there a few days later. So we'll continue to watch that and keep an eye on the weather today if you're out there in those severe zones. So, all right, folks, I'm out of here. Got to get back to what I was doing here. Got quite a busy day here with a bunch of school stuff I got to get done, getting behind. So have a good day. We'll catch you guys back out here a little bit later tonight.